Good morning, good morning. How are everybody? Good morning. I hope you are all well. I'm just arranging my cards. But I thought I would hop on while I'm doing that. Let me know always if you can hear me. And let me know how you are doing. I have missed being with all of you. Yeah. Just wonder if I should put an animal spirit for us all. Ooh, Gravesay, hello, hello. Michelle Eccles, hello, hello, hello. Bumblebee, good morning. Good morning. Well, it's morning here in Australia, of course. Might not be morning where you are. Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know, let me know. Please do share the live because it's my first time back in a couple of weeks. Munchie! Hello! Yes, I had a fantastic trip. Oh, thank you, Munchie. You can hear me? Yes, I had a fantastic trip. Oh, and I missed you all so much. But I was in China, and honestly, well, firstly, internet there is expensive. But secondly, yeah, there's a lot of sites that you can't access. Excuse me. Oh, I've come back with such a rotten virus. It's called pneumo something something. Basically, it's a chest infection. What do you think of my dragon? My dragon. I love my dragon. I got him, her, in China. Oh, he's so gorgeous. And he seems to change colour. I've named him Jade. It's only cheap plastic, but I love him. It's the energy. It's the energy. Anyway, how are you all doing? Leslie, good morning, good morning. Nicola, good morning. Yeah, beautiful colour, beautiful colour. Yeah, it's very unusual, this dragon. Just got him from a street friender. It's so long. As somebody who loves to fidget, I just love fidgeting with him. So beautiful. What have you all been up to? I hope you have all been well. Did you see Harry lost his court case? The news came out at around midnight last night, my time zone. He lost his court case about the protection, and he's gone crying to the BBC, national broadcaster in Britain, suggesting that the Prime Minister in England should intervene in the court's decision. Oh, here's our collective spirit animal for the week, frog, prosperity. We can all go do with a bit more prosperity, I'm sure. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. So he's gone crying like a little baby to the national broadcaster, suggesting that the Prime Minister of England should interfere in his court case. Now, in law, the first thing you learn when you go to law school is called separation of powers. It basically means that the courts is separate from the government, because if the government and the courts were the same, or had the same decision-making matrix or governed by the same people, then you would have absolute power in one branch of the government. So the government's divided. So you've got the court, the government that makes the law, and then the courts that enforce the law. And so basically he wants to throw out thousands of years of jurisprudence and just decide that, no, somebody should be able to overrule the courts, go outside of the system. And this is what he always wants. He always wants special treatment. He doesn't want to be treated the same as everybody else, as he claims. No. He wants his own special treatment. And that's why he wanted the King of England to step in and change the decision. And what I loved about the court's decision was that they said the change, he chose to leave the protective royal bubble. And because he chose to leave it, and he comes back and he leaves and he comes back and he leaves, because he's done that and he's chosen to leave, it was not only foreseeable, but it was quite sensible and reasonable that his security measures would change. It still gets to me. You know, anybody else who leaves a job doesn't expect to still keep the perks of the job. Oh, but I'm so important. Well, actually, firstly, no, you really are not. And then secondly, why should the taxpayer in England pay for his security? He wanted to be an independent rich millionaire. Well, this is a consequence of being independent. He wants the perks without doing the work. That's what he wants. Anyway. Enough of that. Munchie says, exactly. What disgusts me is how he refuses to take responsibility of his own actions, blaming others for his security. He can't have working RF perks if he's not a working royal. Exactly. And not only is he not a working royal, Munchie, but he is destructive. He's done nothing but slag off and denigrate the royal family since he left. Bumblebee. The only positive part is if they divorce, he'll have no money left after paying the court fees and litigation bill. Yeah. Hello, Martha. Hi, Sia. Excuse me, coughing. I've come back from China with a fairly serious virus. It's not serious as in it's going to kill me, but it's serious as in I feel like I am dying. I feel really rotten. But anyway, Michelle. Yeah, all he does is slag off his family. So it would be like if you left your job, you expected the perks to continue, but then you defamed your job at the same time. He lives in an alternative universe, honestly. He's so brazen about what he does. I don't know. I think he actually believes his own bullshit. He believes his own propaganda. That's the problem. Yeah, my one son went off the rails for a few years, and I can tell you what, it's devastating when that happens. But at least with my son, it was something private behind closed doors, and yeah. I think this is the expression that has come to mind is that Harry has bitten the hand that fed him, and now that he bit the hand that fed him, they're showing him the middle finger, and good on them too. And yeah, it was the absolute right decision. And so he's had so many judges look at it now, and so many judges come and say, you're right. The problem is, he's so paranoid that if a court agrees with them, then he's like, oh yeah, I slayed the dragon. I am the hero. Of course I was right. I knew it all along and I'm vindicated. But if the court disagrees with him, then it's like, oh, it's a stitch up. It's a stitch up. They were just doing the bidding of the royal family who hates me. You're just actually not that important. For people to have a conspiracy against you, you have to be some kind of powerful, some kind of influential something or other. And frankly, Harry, you're just not that important. Maybe the court case isn't about winning for Harry. Maybe it's just about keeping his name in the media. Painting with magic. I have to know everything all the time. And this is what I think the court case ultimately was about for Harry. It was about the PP, what's it? Something? IPP status. Because they would get the briefings, the security briefings from the security services. And he wanted to know what was going on behind the scenes. IPP, thanks, sir, IPP. Yeah, and I think he just... Firstly, he can't accept no. And secondly, he wants everything paid for. And thirdly, he wants to have secret knowledge that nobody else has. Well, I wouldn't trust Harry with a rumour, let alone top secret information. Oh. Anyway. There we go. Nicola Girdwood says, what was disgusting on BBC interview, he blamed all UK and family for no one talking to him, and he wants to make up, but he did nothing wrong. He was horrid on the BBC. Now, I didn't see the BBC interview, and I might not even watch it, but I watched Mark Dolan. He's fast becoming one of my favourite YouTubers, and he said that Harry said on the BBC, I forgive my family. I'm ready to make up now. I'll forgive them. Forgive them? Forgive them for what? Forgive them for what? Good grief. Good grief. Hello, love the Queen. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I'm just venting about Harry and that stupid court case. I will get to do readings in a second. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think... Yeah, I don't know. In a way, it teaches us all to be grateful for the people we do have in our lives, even if they are real, even if you have troubled relationships with them. At least none of our families go on international TV and try and make us look terrible and lie about us. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he says he wants to reconcile with the royal family now, because he's lost the court case, so now he wants the royal family back so that they can pay for his security. Oh, good grief. Anyway. Roberto Nido. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going back in the chat and I'm going to do some readings. If you hear me coughing, I'm really sorry. I've come back from China with some pneumo something or other virus. Ew, yeah, I really don't feel so good. Roberto Nida. What does any of my spirit guides want me to know right now? Roberto Nida. Hello. Nicola Goodwood, glad to catch me again. Yeah, thank you everybody for being so patient with me while I was away. I know there was a lot of royal news while I was gone. I might do a few retrospective videos. But yeah, China was amazing. I'll tell you more about it. Roberto Nida. Generosity. Wow. Okay. Roberto Nida. Generosity. Tell us more about generosity. Tell us more about generosity. Miracles. Wow. Wow, Roberto. Be open to miracles. Be generous, but be open to receiving generosity. And generosity might be, that might be financial, but it might be other ways. It might be things like somebody helping you with something. I know, for example, my mother really struggles to accept help from people. Like, you know, even if I just say, can I make you a cup of coffee? Or I'll fetch something for you, or I'll go to the shop for you. Something just really basic and simple. She'll say, no, 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 no. She wants to do everything for everybody. But actually, when she allows me to help her with something, it's easy for me, but it also blesses me because I feel like I'm contributing to her life. So when people are offering something to you, be open to accepting. Oh, and look, and this was the next card. I didn't even look at it. I flipped it over, but I didn't look at it. Acceptance. So be open to the miracles and generosity of that the world is showing you, that spirit is showing you, that life is showing you. So this could be financial miracles. This could be somebody offering to help you with something, could be, I don't know, somebody, you might be having a dinner and somebody might offer to bring a salad or something and you go, no, 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 I can do it. We all know you can do it, but it's more so let them bless you. Let people bless you. And then, of course, on the same token, be generous to others. But this is more so, I get that you are a very generous, giving person, and be open to accepting both what the world and what others have for you. Wow, what a beautiful reading to start us off with. Thank you for your question, Roberto. Alrighty. How is everybody? How have you all been since I've seen you? I hope you've all been good. Sia says, in respect of Prince Harry, I can't stand a whining man. Yeah, he's really very much a whinger. And I knew this was going to happen, that, you know, now they've been out of the royal family for 5 years. 5 years. They were in for a couple of years, 18 months, I think. But they've been out for 5 years. They've been out double the time that they were in, more than double the time that they were in. And they're still moaning and bitching and whinging and complaining. Get over it. Okay, let's just clear the energy. Bring it back to center. Bring it back to love. Nicola Girdwood says, can you see if my granddad Norman is about and would like to talk to me? I used to spend every weekend with him growing up, and I was young when he passed over, and I missed out on so much growing up. Grandpa Norman. Grandpa Norman. Granddad Norman. Granddad Norman. Nicola. Granddad Norman. Nicola. Granddad Norman. Okay, I'm going to come back to those cards. I'm getting a pull for these cards here, Nicola. Granddad Norman. Granddad Norman. Nicola, I'm getting the words, I've never left you. I've never left you. I've never left you. Oh, magic. Magic. And this is I always get this is the gates of heaven. I don't know if you've had pets that have passed away. Granddad Norman, spirit lives on, and he'll be there. He'll be there waiting for you at the pearly gates. When it's your time, he'll be there. See this? How this puppy is outside the gates, waiting for somebody to come, to cross over with them. And that's the spirit. I don't know if that's literally pets, but it's more so. It's an image from childhood. It's a symbol of innocence. Granddad Norman. Granddad Norman. Try and let go of the idea that you missed out on so much. More so think of how much you had. How much you had. And he knows that you really, really wish you had him for longer. He's just grateful for the star that you are in his life and that you always have been. He's always there guiding your footsteps. He's always there helping you make your dreams come true. And I'm getting that he's very, very proud of you. Very, very proud of the person you've become. Prosperity. Isn't that interesting? The very first card I pulled this morning was this one here. The spirit animal of prosperity. And look there. Let go of the past. Grandpa Norman was here influencing this card pull. Because let go. Let go of what I no longer need. Let go of the past and embrace change. So embrace the loving part of the relationship, and try not to have those words in your mind, I've missed out on so much. Rather change it to, I had such a blessing in my life. I was so fortunate to have my granddad for the time that I did. And this is granddad This is the message for you because of letting go and prosperity and prosperity. So whenever a message repeats, it's a very strong message. So I think this is a very personal message for you, Nicola. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Even that is like a childhood, not childish, but childlike kind of joy. Hop into the new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. I never left you. I never left you. I've always been with you, is what I'm getting from him. And he was here. He was here waiting. He was here waiting. Power. Step into your power. He's very proud of the powerful person that you are. Expansion. And that's again about new opportunities. So yes, Nicola, he's with you always. And I'm just getting the impression you used to spend every weekend with him. Now he spends every moment with you. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that he was here setting up this first card that I pulled for the group before the readings even started? Wow. What pure love. And you are his greatest blessing and his greatest wish and his greatest blessing. Wow, Nicola. Wow, wow, wow. Granddad Norman. Okay. Just back to reading the So today's going to be a little bit weird because I started out ranting about Harry. So Prince Harry, for those of you who don't know, he's lost his appeal about the security, and I ranted about that a bit at the beginning. So some of the comments are going to be about that. So I'm going to read out the relevant ones. Love the Queen 53 says, Harry does not know when to keep quiet and when to accept the decision. Unfortunately, just like his wife, and won't accept no for an answer. And that's the problem, Love the Queen. He does not know when to be quiet. He's got absolutely no discretion. And that the royals are the souls of discretion. They would never talk out of school. Even if they had a disagreement, they wouldn't say so in public, you know, especially not the actual family. Maybe people that have married into the family, but yeah. Oof. Okay. Sia, may I ask if our recently passed attorney daughter Celeste has any messages? Oh, Sia. Well, under a lot of stress with her brothers and boyfriend over the will. Oh, may I ask if our recently passed daughter, has any messages? Attorney daughter. Celeste. Spiritual growth. This is about her. She's fine where she is. Balance. And of course, balance is often the scales of justice. Okay, Celeste. We're just going to take a moment here to see which cards she wants me to read with. I'm sorry that you're having these difficulties, Sia. I remember when your daughter passed. Celeste. She's well and she's at peace. This is a message to reassure you. I'm getting almost that she's a bit detached from the drama that is happening. It's like nothing that she can do now. I'm also getting that towards the end, she was so exhausted, she was so tired, she needed to rest, and she didn't have time to maybe fix things or change things or make sure that things wouldn't cause unhappiness. Reciprocity, and that's very much the balance card again. I'm getting here that she really didn't think that things would go wrong. She didn't think that there would be this drama after her passing. Planning. I don't know if she managed to put her plans into place, or if they're going against her plans, or what it is. This is not what she planned. This is not what she anticipated happening. Remember me as the fun person. Okay, Sia needs any messages, Celeste. Messages of guidance, Celeste, regarding the stress. Life force energy. Happiness, boundaries. I'm getting very much here is the last thing that she wants is for this to drain your life force energy. She wants you and her family to be happy. You're going to have to put up boundaries to protect your own vitality, your own energy. But you've got strength, and look at this, the deliberation card. It might be wise to have some kind of a mediation. Mediation is where you get a third party who helps you work out a dispute. So it's not court, but you get a third party, and a third party can be, sometimes you can ask the Law Society to appoint a mediator. You do have to pay for it though. So the others that are causing the problem would have to agree to pay, part of the mediator. Although you can get some free mediation services. And what it is that you tell your side to the mediator in private, then the others tell their side to the mediator in private, and then the mediator basically helps broker a deal. So it might not be the arrangement that you 100% want, but if it gives them a little bit of what they want and you get a bit of what you want, it helps you to reach a decision. So this is a deliberation, so that you can let go of the stress and move forward towards happiness. Release yourself from the burden, because the last thing she wants is for you to have a long drawn out dispute. And part of what the mediator does is they try and restore the relationships, not just you get this and you get that. It's about trying to restore the relationships and really be thinking about what Celeste would have wanted. Leadership. You're a strong person. She's hoping that you can help. And here's strength again. Strength again. So is there some way to talk through the issues? And it might not even be with formal mediation. It might be somebody who's who's got meaning to the family, like a minister or a priest, or just somebody. But I'm getting very much that she's relying on your leadership and your strength, not necessarily to she does want you to have boundaries, but not necessarily to. Part of being a strong leader is seeing other people's perspectives. And she hopes that everybody's going to act out of love, and that you can transform the situation. You can transform the difficult situation into something that honors her and her memory. I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you, Sia. Oh, my lovely. Thank you so much for your super chat, Sia. Just seen that. That's very kind. That's very generous. I really appreciate you. I'm sorry that you're having this difficult time. Really sorry that you're having this difficult time. Okay. Hello, everybody. Martha Cardiel, hello. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we had a bit of a gripe when we started this session about Prince Harry and his ridiculousness. And Sia says, I'm sick of entitled people with their hands out. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know if that's a reference to your situation that you're going through as well. Sia, sometimes you have to be clear and put a boundary in place, but also sometimes, is there a way to make everybody happy? And it's a very difficult situation. But that's what a mediator does. They try and work out what would help bring people to an agreement so that you can restore relationships. Oh, Sia, trying to recuperate from bronchitis. Look after yourself, lovely. I'm just going to need a little drink. Okay. Sia saying, let's see Sia's comments. I took care of her the last month in her home because of the abusive boyfriend. Oh no. It was a beautiful experience. Dad is very fragile. He has been put through hell with these people. Oh, that must be the boundaries that I got, the boundary cards here. Boundary is to protect the dad. It was awful, but she did a lot of healing. Her will had to be changed at the 11th hour because of the boyfriend threatened her. Her plans got messed up. Her big mouth greedy brother caused issues with the boyfriend, and hence the will was changed. Oh dear. I've gotten very sick, and so is her dad, who is dying himself. Oh, Sia, my love. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Her lawyer and friend is representing her estate. She was very powerful. I'm normally strong, but this has been stressful. I think those strength cards were, you still are strong, but you don't have to do it on your own. Okay? Yeah, you had to plan the funeral. Pray on it. Yes, very much. Pray on it. Beautiful reading. Celeste Paralegal can do it. Sia was her good friend. Yep. Sia, I've been to urgent care twice. 2 rounds of antibiotics, 2 rounds of steroids. They brought her to us by ambulance. She was beautiful, caring. It was beautiful caring for her. I'm a retired open heart nurse for 45 years. Oh, Sia, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. And I'll just get that she really appreciated your strength while she was in her last days, and also your strength helping her dad. And I'm sorry to hear that her dad is so unwell. And although you're strong, you're also human, so please look after yourself. Yeah, and it's important to put a third party between you and abusive people. So that could be her paralegal or whoever. Yeah, peace. That's fantastic. Peace. Okay. Martha. Hello. Oh, my chat just jumps. Let me go back. Bink, 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 bink. Where was I? Sorry, going back on the chat to see the next question. Okay. Leslie Hogg. My grandson is complex care, and by the grace of God and determination of his parents, he is still with us. Why am I the only person he allows to hold and cuddle him? Oh, Leslie, okay. Let's see. Just for future, remember, if you're asking questions, please try and give me the name of the person I'm reading on. The name helps me hone in on their energy. Let me see. Leslie Hogg. Oh, power. He sees you as a powerful protector. The dragon, magic. He feels you have the energy of protection. It's not to say that he doesn't love the others. Is there something in your energy that connects directly with his spirit? And look in this. See, there's the lady. She's lying down. She's sick. So this is him lying down, sick, unwell, complex care. And your spirit connects directly to his spirit as a protector. And this could relate to a past life that you've had together. Let's read more into this. Magic circle, yeah. It's almost as though his spirit is weak because his body is weak, and his spirit can only recognize your kindred spirit. It's like he's drawn a circle around him, and maybe you were one of his first memories or something like that, but he's bonded to you in that particular way. It's nothing to do. It's no insult to the others around him. It's no it's just that he bonded to you in such a way. Grace. He hopes that the others in his life can give him the grace and be gracious enough to understand that this is just an instinctive spiritual thing, and it's not, it's no, okay, bring me the word. It's not a bad reflection on the others in his life. Rest. That lady there at rest. Rest. There's something peaceful in your spirit that he feels is protective, whereas with the others, he can feel more of their anxiety, more of their turmoil, which of course is absolutely natural. Absolutely natural. Absolutely natural. It's almost as though that's the only energy that he has. You help him feel so calm, and yeah, he hopes that the other family members will be gracious enough to understand that it's not a reflection on them. It's not saying anything negative or bad about them. It's about him. He's, you know how sometimes when you're sunburned and you can't bear for anybody to touch you? That's almost how he feels. His skin feels like he sometimes feels like he's sunburned. This is like a spiritual kind of thing, a spiritual sunburn or an emotional thing. Whereas your touch is soothing, the others just, it's not to do with any reflection on them. It just, yeah, it feels uncomfortable to him on a spiritual level just because of his condition. It's not because of anything they've done or haven't done. Activation. Yeah, it's almost like he's the analogy I'm getting is like he's sunburned, and when others touch him, it feels painful. Not because they're not gentle, and not because they don't love him, but because of his condition. And the reason that you can touch him is because it feels like, you know, you've got special gloves on or something like that that wouldn't affect that kind of sunburn. Yeah, it's not to do with his emotional connection to them. It's just it's a pure visceral reaction. But he still loves and appreciates them very much. And he appreciates how they show love in a different way. So when they talk to him, maybe they sing to him, that kind of thing. If that makes any sense. Freedom. Freedom. The lady is bare-chested. Freedom. I don't know. Maybe it's your maturity, the things you've experienced in life. I know that I know it's not the same at all, but when my son was a baby, he cried and screamed all the time. We later realized he had some allergies and things, and he was a bit sick. But I could never soothe him, and every time my mum came in, she picked him up, and he was immediately calm and soothed, and he would fall asleep with her, and he would never do that with me. And it really made me feel very rejected and upset. But there was just something about her grandmotherly love that was different from my... I wanted so badly to be able to comfort him. And he could feel that desperation in me. Whereas with my mum, she was so much more natural because she'd had children and other grandchildren. And yeah, there was a gentleness about her spirit, an ease about her spirit, a grace about her spirit, where, yeah. And in the end, I came to just see it as a miracle that he was comforted by anybody. Music. Before I said something about singing. I don't know if anybody sings to him or plays him songs. He really likes that. Harmony. And he wants everybody to feel calm and to feel happy. I hope that helps, Leslie Hogg. I know it's a very difficult thing, and sometimes it's very difficult for parents when grandparents can do better with the children than they can. But it's just yeah. It's like he's got sunburn and you're the one whose touch is soothing. It's not about them. They're not doing anything wrong. Just sometimes grandmothers do connect in it's a calmer kind of way. It's nothing negative about them. Doesn't mean that he doesn't love them. I hope that is helpful, Leslie Hogg, and I just send prayers for your grandson and for your whole family. Very, very difficult. All right, love the Queen. Hi Rainbow, can you see what my departed father Russell thinks of the price we received for the sale of his house? Okay, love the Queen. People in spirit don't really care about money. So I will do a read for you, but I can just tell you that generally. Truth. The truth is that money is irrelevant. Love is the thing that's relevant. Yeah, life is much more. There's more to life than money. Healing. Love and healing are the most important things. Vitality. What are you going to do with that money? How's it going to improve your life? What blessings will it bring you? That's what he's interested in. Russell. Be flexible. Trust yourself. And he trusts you. Whatever you agreed to for the price of the house, he trusts you. He left you the house for a reason. He trusts you. Absolutely, the dollar figure is irrelevant to him. He trusts you to make the right decisions. More important to him is, what are you going to do in the future? How is the money going to help you enjoy your life? Have a good and fulfilling life. Let's see what another set of cards has to say. Russell. Yeah, it's he trusts you so much that it's not even an issue for him. Miracles. You are his miracle. And he's proud of you. Activation. Isn't that interesting? That was the first card. Was it the first or the second card? Activation. I'm just wondering where my boxes are. So what does activation mean in the context of these cards? I don't normally look it up, but that's interesting. Go and look up the word activation and see what it actually means. Oh, time traveler. So, yeah, activation. Let me see what it says. That's interesting. Let's see. Goodness, abundance, activation, messages. Discovery of fire will be a game changer for the early humans. It'll provide protection from predators, expand their tool-making capabilities, and improve their ability to hunt. Time Traveler's message. An activation and emergence of a vibrant, radiant energy. Isn't that interesting? Vibrant, that vitality energy came out. This one here. Basically, I'm getting how you can use the money to level up to a new level. This can be an enthralling and exciting time for you, just as the warmth of the sun activates you to sprout and push through the soil into the light. You are ascending into a time of new discoveries and vast creativities. Ideas that have been incubating within you for a long time are now being activated and moving forward towards manifestation. This is a great time to start new projects. Just as the sparks of a new flame need to be cupped and protected from the wind as they build, and just as those early vulnerable sprouts need protection from the weather until they are strong and tall, so do you need to protect your ideas and discoveries and projects in their infancy. Be careful whom you tell and about your thoughts and innovations. Share your ideas only with those who are supportive. Wow, what beautiful energy. You can't wait to see how you use that to improve your life, to improve the family's life, wow, activation, like a spark fanning into a beautiful warm fire. Interesting. There you go. Love the Queen. It's not about the dollar figure. It's about propelling you into a new aspect of your life. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going back through the chat to see what the next question is. Leslie Hogg. Oh, Leslie Hogg talking about your grandson. I'm not a good person. I'm not a saint, but he comes to me and just holds his arms up. It makes me question myself. You have a soul connection. I don't know why it makes you question yourself, Leslie Hogg. It's a beautiful connection. It's a soul connection. It's a connection beyond understanding. It's a love beyond generations. Alrighty. Sia said, love the cards, picks on the cards, the angels. Yeah, this deck, and you can get yourself this deck. It's, I don't know where the thing is, where the box is. It's a deck by Doreen Virtue. She used to do a whole lot of card decks, and then she stopped doing it. She decided that was new agey and anti-Christian and anti-God and something or other, so now she doesn't do the decks anymore, and you can't actually get the original decks. My view is anything that brings you closer to God and helps you be uplifted and encouraged is a useful tool. God can use any tool to talk to you, my belief. And so these something angel. So just Google Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle cards, and then I actually got this off AliExpress. It's not the original version. It's a reprint, an unauthorized reprint. Which I don't normally like to get, but because she no longer allows reprints, I prayed about it, and sorry, I believe that the messages in these cards are truly a divine gift. And look at that, manifestation power, meditation. I meditated on it. It was my time to get the cards. The only way I could do it was to find it a reprint, and then I manifested. And I'm sorry that it is a reprint, but I wanted to study these cards because they really spoke to me. So there was one. I was in a group once where we used to do readings for each other. You know, a group for expanding our skills. And somebody used these cards, and she pulled one of the cards for me. I'm trying to find which one it was. I can't even remember which one it was. One of the cards, and it spoke to me so loudly that I went ahead and ordered these cards. So yeah, it's the only way that you can get these cards, and they're like $5 or something. And if you don't have oracle cards, and you find, if you don't have oracle cards and you don't have experience in oracle cards, I find these are very oh, this was the one. This is the one that the lady pulled for me. Answered prayer. Yeah. Anyway, that's a very good beginner's set. It's a very good beginner's set. Where was I? Hello, Janika. Elaine Cook. Good morning. Oh, You're a member. Well done. Thank you. Okay. And where I see a member has asked a question, I will always answer their questions first. So I will come back to everybody else. And sorry if any other members have asked questions. I have not seen them. Maybe I should. Yeah, and if you're new here, do answer the questions at no charge. Some people like to go and give me a super chat. Some people like to do a payment into my PayPal. If you want to do that kind of thing, payment into PayPal, my pinned comment has got all my links. So Elaine Cook, good morning. Everybody else, I will come back and answer your questions, but Elaine's question has caught my eye. My daughter has just had her first child, my first grandchild. Is there any connection between my deceased son and my grandchild? Sometimes when I get a tickle in my throat like that, Elaine, that's a very strong yes. Okay, well, let's see what the cards say. But I'm just getting a very clear yes. Firstly, I'm very, very sorry about your loss. Blessings, blessings. Your son has sent you this child as a blessing. He's been listening to you from the other side. Whoa, sorry, a card fell down. I'm just going to have to go diving under the to get the card. It flew out. Trust. It absolutely flew out of the deck. Trust. Trust that this baby is a blessing from your son. And I want to know, is the baby, oh, look on the bottom of this deck. Trust. Truth. You know the truth, or you will hear the truth. And my question is the baby a reincarnation of your son? Now, if the baby is a reincarnation of your son, how it would work, and I don't know yet, we still have to ask the cards. He might just be a gift from your son, or he might be a reincarnation of your son. If he's a reincarnation of your son, how it works is that your son's spirit remains in heaven, but also inhabits the baby. And so you can still talk to your son in heaven and know that his spirit is in the baby. It's almost like, if you think of twins, you know, it's like the same person but duplicated. They can be in two places at once, doing two different things at once. That's how that works. But I'm not sure yet. But I do know that it definitely trust that this was is a gift from your son. Transmutation, transformation, transmutation, renewal. Oh, look, spiritual person touching the little frog with a crown on. I am getting that this is your son. Transmutation. I wonder where my cards are. I'd like to know what that. The meaning in the deck of transmutation. I think transmutation is where something transforms from one form into another. Oh, where's my box for that deck? This is important. Let me see if I can find the box for this deck. Don't see it. Ah, I'm just going to Google it now. What does transmutation mean? The action of changing the state of being into another form. The action of changing the state of being. Oh, the action of changing or being changed into another form. The state of being changed into another form. What does transmutation mean? Transformation of self. Wow. Wow. Yeah. According to the cards, growth. Love. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Elaine. I'm going to ask the children's cards now, but I'm 100%. That is your son. He's come back out of love for you and the family. He was gone too soon. And go back and read this again and look at the imagery in the cards, because there might be something in the imagery that helps you further understand the deepness of the message. And look at that candle magic. For me, this is always a family card. Parents, children, grandchildren, you're all part of one family. And the pull of the family was so strong that he had to return. Absolutely, absolutely wishing. He knew that you were wishing for him to be with you. He knew that was your deepest desire, your deepest wish. And yes, your grandson is his own person, but also spiritually, his spirit is your son. Wow. I don't know if it's a son. I don't know if your grandchild is a son or not, a boy or a girl, because look, that's more like a feminine card. But look, there's the crown. And look, this one here with a crown. Prince, princess. I don't know if that has special meaning in your family. The crown, royal, prince, princess. Transformed. I'm back to love you again. Of course, the grandchild should be loved as a separate individual. His greatest wish was to be returned to you. Your son's greatest wish was to be returned to you. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I'm absolutely speechless. Even the greatest sorrows can become valuable allies. Greatest sorrow of losing your son is now transformed, transmuted into your grandson or your granddaughter or grandson, I don't know, for the grandchild, into the joy. Oh, sorry, I'm a little inarticulate because I'm a little bit, my breath is taken away. It's like your son, who's passed on, and your grandchild are two sides of the same coin now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm speechless. I really am speechless. Let's see if there's anything else your son's spirit wants to tell us. Let's see. Anything else? Trust. Trust that all is as it should be. Wow. Life is a journey. Life is a journey across many lives. The soul's journey, the spirit's journey is across many lives. And although there's stormy seas, trust that I've come back to you. Goodness. Oh, I'm actually speechless. Okay, I hope you're still with us, Elaine. Yeah, sorry, I'm speechless. Yeah. I'm just getting that you all are going to have a second chance. You all are going to have a second chance, and hang on. And resilience. It's very proud of everybody's resilience. You felt like you were drowning, but trust that you've got the strength within you. Passion, love. I know this looks like a romantic passion, but it's just absolute love. You're the center of his universe. He didn't want to leave you. He wanted to come back. He wanted to win at life, Sol Invictus. He wanted you to have hope. And look, there's his sister with a child and the crown on the child's head. Oh, Elaine, if you could give me any indication as to if any of this is hitting home with you. Fertility, the baby, cycles, he wanted to come back. So how it works, part of his soul stays in heaven, in the spiritual realm, and part of his soul incarnates in that baby. And I don't know if the baby's a girl, because I'm getting a lot of feminine energy. But there's your daughter and the grandchild. Doesn't matter if it's female or male. The crown, I don't know, the crown, so important. Whenever any message repeats itself, it's really important. So you might know. And there you go, progression of life. Insight, he's got more insight now into life and consequences. Wow. So if I've skipped your reading, anybody, just Elaine's question caught my eye and I needed to do this reading. Welcome to anybody who has joined us. When you go back and re-listen, you will see that we started off talking about Harry. He has lost his security bid again. Anybody who didn't hear that full reading for Elaine, go back and listen to that. That is, wow. Love truly conquers all. Transmutation, trust, truth. Yeah, that was a absolute incredible reading, Elaine. Thank you very much for sharing that question and trusting me with that question. People who've just joined, yes, my China trip was incredible and amazing, and I will tell you more about it another day. I've come back with a nasty virus, so some pneumo something or other, something or other. Elaine, you caught me by surprise. Yes, it's a granddaughter. Okay, there you go. Granddaughter. Yeah, well, I caught me by surprise. There you go. the granddaughter. Yeah, a very, very strong message. I mean, there's tons of cards that could come out here. Tons of cards. And the cards that he brought out was the fertility card and the granddaughter. But with the crown. And this one, the little princess with a crown. And I don't think there's any other card in this deck here. It's got a crown. See, there's the transmutation, transform from one state of being into another. Look how many cards there are. I don't think there's any others with crowns. And there's that one. Very feminine energy. Even the frog with its hand on its throat. And when I first started reading, I got a croak in my throat. And the crown. So I don't know if there's something that's meaningful to you, your family, your daughter, about crowns, about princesses. If anybody calls the baby little princess, whatever it is, something. And it might not be a meaning that springs to mind immediately. You might even find an old photo of your son at a party wearing a paper crown, something like that. Yeah, absolute stunning message. No doubt at all. And the first cards, go back and listen to it again, but the first cards that I brought out was that it was a blessing. The baby's a blessing from your son. And trust him. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay, everybody who has just joined the chat, thank you very much for being here. I'm going through the questions in the order in which they were asked, excepting for Elaine. Elaine's deceased son came through very, very very, very clearly. Sia is on her end coughing with me. Sorry. Okay. And as I've said, readings, there's no charge for the readings. I do appreciate some kind of financial contribution if you can. Or if you just go and watch some of my other videos and make a comment on those videos and like them, that's the best payment. And also just give me a little bit of feedback if something that I've said has resonated with you. Just wondering if I missed somebody here. I'm just going back. Okay, I'm just trying to find Martha. People are saying okay, Martha, Cardial. My dad passed last Sunday. May he have a message. Martha, so sorry to hear about your father's passing. Now, remember, anybody who is asking questions, if you have a question, if you can, in your first question, if you can put the person's name, that's a very strong connecting energy for me. If you haven't, don't worry, but if you can put the person's name, that helps me. Okay, Martha, very, very sorry about your father passing. Martha. Leadership. Okay. The stag is often it's a sign of a spirit, a strong spirit, So I'm getting from that is that he will always be from the other side guiding you. He will always be guiding you. Just because he's not here physically doesn't mean he's not in your life. You can still look to him for guidance. Martha, Martha, Martha. Yeah, waiting for you on the other side. There's no hurry, but when you're there, when you're ready to go through the pearly gates, you won't be going through on your own. Martha, Martha, Martha. My little princess. He might not have called you that, but that's how he's seeing you at the moment. He's seeing you as so special, so beautiful, so wonderful, such a blessing to him. Family. Oh, you're his joy and his pride. His pride and joy. You're his family. And he's so pleased to have had you in his life. Oh, you brought him hope while he was alive, and you bring him hope now. And he is hoping for you to recover well from his passing and to return to a state of joy. And I know it doesn't feel like now that joy will ever be in your life again, but this is him encouraging you. Once you have recovered, you will find joy in your life again. Right now, it's too painful. It's too... you might be feeling painful, you might be feeling numb, but there will be a time in the future when you return to joy. I'm getting very strongly that this hummingbird is a signal, a sign that he's going to use to connect with you. And look at this, he's saying he had a good life. And look at the crown with a light spiraling off, and the same as this, the light spiraling off. But what I notice is these two ladies have got their eyes closed. And he wants you to trust that he's smiling down on you. And he hopes that you can feel his warmth like the warmth of the sun. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I just need to take a drink. Look after yourself. Give yourself time to recover. And your joy will return. Sol Invictus means winning at sun life. Basically, the life of the sun, winning in life. He had a good life. And he's proud of you. Oh dear. Well, Martha, there's a very strong message for you. He wants to keep it a bit short. I think he can feel that I'm not well. I just want to leave this card here for the moment. My cat is crying, so I'm going to let the cat out or in, and then I'll come back. But I'll just leave these cards for you to soak in. And anybody who's lost a family member, this is a message beyond just Martha. I'll be back in a second. Noise. Hey. Say hello to YouTube. Okay, I'm on my way back. There he is. Say hello to YouTube. Say hello to YouTube. Okay. You can't sit there. That's my cards. You're going to need to hop off, baby. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse. Alrighty. Oh. Now I am back. The cat is causing a commotion. Thank you, baby. Thanks for the visit. Alright. I'm getting very breathless. Anyway, I will press on. For those of you just joining, I have come back from China quite sick, so that is why I'm breathless. Apollo the cat is visiting us. I'm just going to scroll through and find another question. Nicola Gerwood says, thank you. He was a wonderful man and always made my time with him so special. So I try to hold on to those memories, and I ask my mum about him now and then when I have a strong feeling. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Are you so needy, kitty cat? Yes. Martha says, my dad's name is Augustin. He passed on April 27th. Oh, Martha. Augustin. Janeka, hello, Janeka Casimiro. Apollo, you can't sit there, my darling. No, you can't sit there. That's the card table. Yes, that's the card table. Can you scooch off? Alrighty. Okay. Well, animals give us such unconditional love. Janeka says, you were spot on last time about the reading about my deceased parents. Oh, that's good to know, Janeka. That's good to know. Now, sorry. I do not have much strength left, so I'm going to only do a few more. Please encourage me by sharing this link. I don't want to get over sick and then, you know, I can't do more. Brandon says, good evening. May I get any messages from my paternal mother, Geraldine, or my maternal grandmother, Mabel, who died a month apart when I was 14 years of age? Brandon. Geraldine and Mabel. Oh, what a sad year, Brandon. Margie M, you upgraded your membership. Thank you very much to Star Member. Margie, if you are still with us, I owe you an email. Sorry that I have not emailed you back. You're on my top of my list. Janeka, I know you've asked for a financial reading. Today I'm really going to focus on readings from the other side, if you don't mind. I'm feeling quite unwell, so I just have to be a little selective of what I read on today. Brandon's grandmothers, Geraldine and Mabel. Moon wishes. This reminds me of that song, which I'm not going to try and sing now. What is it from? The Great American Tale? Somewhere out there, someone's thinking of me. Beneath the pale moonlight. Someone's out there thinking of me and missing me tonight. They're missing you. And look at that, patience. Interesting. The moon shows me patience. Patience. Oh, Brandon, have you been a little bit impatient recently? Sanctuary. Getting very much, the guidance here is to look after yourself. To be patient with others, but also with yourself. Freedom. Give yourself freedom to take time for yourself. Patience, sanctuary. Let's see what else. Mabel and Geraldine. Do come back on another day and ask me to read on them again, Brandon. I just feel like I'm not going to be able to do a proper full read just because I'm feeling so ill. Activation, communication. So we got this activation card before, and what it was about was starting something new, like a spark that flame that fans into a flame of creativity, or a seed that gets a bud and then pushes through the soil. So it might be time to push through, especially with that patience card. Chaos. How can you turn chaos into growth? There might be a little bit about planning, maybe a bit about letting go, following your joy. Come back on another week, Brandon, so that we can delve more deeply into this. But that'll give you some information to keep you going in the meantime. I'm starting to feel quite weak and quite ill, so I'm going to just read a couple more. I'll do some quick reads, and then I will go back to bed. But yeah, this patience. Sanctuary. Whenever a message repeats, it's a strong message. So search your soul. What is it? Patience. You need to be patient with yourself. Yes, all of my links are in my pinned comment at the top. Thank you, Munchie, for letting everybody know. Hillary, yes, China was lovely. Hillary Ware. I have my baby son and my dad on the other side of the veil. Are they okay, please? Hillary's. Oh, so sorry, Hillary. Baby Kieran, dad is John. Kieran and John. sorry to hear about your losses. Kieran and John, Kieran and John, Kieran and John. Kieran is John's delight and joy. Just as you are John's joy, Kieran is John's joy. Yeah, they miss you. They miss you. But they are so blessed to have you in their lives. And look again, the moon. Honestly, that song, if you haven't listened to that song in a while, go back and listen to it again. They miss you, and they'll be there waiting for you when it's your time, which is no time soon, I'm getting. But when you're ready, they will be waiting for you. Remember that when life feels chaotic. Trust their love for you always, and trust that Kieran is taken care of by John. Trust that. Who else? Kieran and John. Kieran and John. Kieran and John. Kieran and John. Recovery and rest. I'm not sure if this is the recovery from grief or recovery from something else, but they are fine. They are fine. They need you to rest and look after yourself. You bring them such joy. Wow. Beautiful message. Beautiful message. You don't always have to come across as the one who's strong. Believe in miracles, because we can help you from the other side. Call on us when you need help. We are here for you always. And remember us, especially when you see those rainbows. Wow. What a beautiful message. Sorry, Hilary, that it's so short. But my energy is waning and my voice is going. Martha says, thank you for such a beautiful message. Martha. Rainbow, sob, need fresh air. Not sure if you got steroids or breathing treatment prescribed you. Please look after yourself. Yeah, Martha, I think I do need to go and get steroids. Quite right. Thank you all for your patience today and for your understanding. I am going to read Fur Baby Mama, and that is going to be my last reading. Just because I'm feeling so ill. But thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate you. Show me some love in the comments. Send me some hearts. Send some prayers, some get well prayers for everybody on this channel who is unwell. And some prayers for everybody on this channel who is grieving, which is possibly almost all of us. Grieving something, grieving the loss of a family member, a pet. Just get those prayer hands going just to help me boost my energy while I read do the last reading. Fur Baby Mama. Fur Baby Mama says, may I get a reading? Of course. I've been feeling that my father, who I took care of for years, is upset with me. I feel I didn't do enough for him. Fur Baby Mama. Fur Baby Mama. Help me lift the energy. Send me some hearts or some prayer hands in the chats, please. If you can, send me some prayer hands or some hearts in the chat just to help me raise my energy. Okay, I'm going to do Fur Baby Mama. It's going to be my last read for today. I just looked down and I saw this card. It's like my dad's telling me, my dear departed dad, saying, go and have a rest. Fur Baby Mama, did you tell us what your dad's name is? I'm just checking. Hilary Ware says, I'm so pleased they are together. I needed reassurance. Thank you so much for a wonderful message. I hope you recover. I'm sure I will. Oh, Fur Baby Mama is sending me healing energy. Thank you. Okay. Pam, thank you. Thank you for all the love. Okay, we're going to do this really important message for Fur Baby Mama. And then I am going to go and look after myself. Fur Baby Mama. Dad. 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 Okay, this is a reflection card. And I'm getting Fur Baby Mama that this judgment that you're casting or that you're feeling is a judgment that's coming from yourself, from you feeling like you should have done more. But I'm getting, see the reflection? That's how your dad sees you. Beautiful and perfect. He wants you to know that you are beautiful and perfect, and that what you did for him was beautiful and perfect. There's no handbook for how to care for somebody for years. And he may have been imperfect when you were caring for him. He may have suffered from, I don't know if he suffered from dementia or a stroke or other issues, just the chronic pain, mental health issues from not being able to be as mobile as he once was. All of that affects somebody's personality, and just the old age in somebody's brain affects their personality. But he never stopped seeing you as his beautiful swan. And I'm getting the word beautiful angel. Seeds of power. Isn't that interesting? We've had that activate card a few times, and it's about the seed of power growing into more than you thought you could be. He is so proud of you. And your light and how you shine in the world. And he is so proud of the woman you have become. And he is so proud of everything that you did for him. And he knows that you did your absolute best. If there was anything, there's no doubt in his mind that if there was anything, no matter how big or how small, that you at the time were physically, mentally, emotionally able to do for him more, that you would have done it. If there was even the smallest thing or the biggest thing that at the time occurred to you or you had the energy to do, you would have done it. He has no doubt about that. Patience. Patience. The moon shows me patience. And this is a card that often to me is our loved one missing us as we miss them. He misses you. He misses his time with you. But look at this. Patience. He wants you to show the same patience for yourself that he might have not have displayed when he was here, but he has for you now. And he understands that anything that at the time he didn't communicate to you, he felt was perfect, he knows that you did, your love was perfect love. And the way that you cared for him was perfect within your skills, your resources, your energy, and your love. And so he wants you to be patient with yourself as to how those last years went. And he may have shown impatience when he was in the body, in the physical, but now that he's on the other side, he knows that he has endless patience. And isn't it interesting, this mauve, this purple mauve color that's going throughout? It's a very royal color. And it's even in this card here that's just off the... He wants you to give it a rest. Give it a rest. Stop torturing yourself. There's the purple color. Give it a rest. Stop torturing yourself with what I could have, should have, might have. And there's the activation card again. He wants you to let go of that and to allow yourself to blossom into the new phase of your life. Be your own sanctuary. Be your own soft place to fall. You were his soft place to fall. You looked after him better than anybody else could have. You know that you may have had some limitations. He knows you may have had some limitations, whether it was mental, physical, emotional, but he knows, and you know, that you did your absolute best. And no, he's not upset with you. He's not upset with you at all. That feeling of not doing enough, that is from you. And look at that. Success. In the journey, success. What you did for him was more than he could ever have dreamed, hoped, or imagined. What you did was you gave him a sanctuary. And he knows that you made his last days so that he could rest in safety and security. Wow. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's not a single thing that he would have changed, even though he may have been grumpy, even though he may have not have appreciated. And the most important thing is that he trusts you absolutely. He trusted you then and he trusts you now. And he wants you to trust yourself. Trust, please trust. Trust and know that you did absolutely everything that you could while I was going through my transformation. I know that your love for me is pure. And you helped me through my passage from this world, from that world to the next. Wow. Wow. No, he has absolutely he doesn't judge you at all. And he's not upset with you at all. And the only thing that he's slightly upset with is that you might be judging yourself. You are and always have been his miracle. And in those last days, it was more true than ever before. And he hopes that you can recover from this irrational thought that you have in your mind that you should have or could have or would have or might have done something better. Because that is something, it's not born of love and it's not born of him. And he wants you to renew your mind. He wants you to renew your thought process. He wants you to renew your heart. And he wants you to trust that you were such a miracle to him in those last days. He couldn't have asked for better. He couldn't have hoped for better. And he saw, look at that illumination card, as he moved to the chariot, moving from one phase of life to the next. He was illuminated, and he saw your love for him was illuminated. He saw how much in every little thing that you did for him, the beauty of your love shone through, and you are his pride and his joy. No, you couldn't have done anything more, and he didn't expect you to do anything more. And the love, when you were younger, he cared for you. And then when he needed you, you cared for him. And you did everything that you possibly could have. And look at that, fertility. It's, again, almost like you were mothering him when he needed that. And the cycle of life. The cycle of life. insight. After he passed, he became even more aware of how much you did for him. Little things behind the scenes that he didn't even know at the time. And it's a progression of life. And he can't thank you enough. He can't thank you enough. And he hopes that you live to old age and contentment with family and friends by your side, as faithful to you as you were to him. Look at that dog, the faithful friend. That's what he hopes for you. And he hopes that when you reflect on it, reflect on his passing, his crossing over the Rainbow Bridge, that you will understand and know in your heart that you did absolutely everything that you could. And anything that maybe some small thing that you left undone, it's irrelevant. He knows that you did what you could, and he's so proud of you, and he's so grateful for you. And he's just, you made his, I just picked up this deck, and on the bottom is healing. You made his last days feel like he was healed. You made his last days feel like he wasn't out in the cold alone. You made his last days feel like he was protected and loved. You made his last days feel like he was really important. You were his refuge. You are his family. And you are his greatest joy. And at the time when he needed you, you were his greatest strength. And you helped him transform from this world into the next in a state of pure love, in a state of pure magic, in a state transcending any minor complaints, gripes, concerns, issues. Silliness. And he reached the state of entitlement. Your love and care for him, we've had this card before today, of a loved one caring for somebody who's really, really ill. You allowed him to have that rest that he needed, and to allow him to be set free, to set his spirit free. And he cannot ever express to you the gratitude that he has for you, for all that you did, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, just by being you. And I thought we started off, I might be mistaken. No, it must be a different one. But there's the stag, the spirit. I thought we had the stag early on. I'm not sure. That might have been a different reading. But absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not angry with you. He's not upset. That feeling of not enough, I think you need to understand that's partly because he did pass away and you couldn't have prevented that. Wow. And the truth will set you free. Let it go, my dear daughter. Let it go. Don't be uncertain. Because I see your beauty. I see the beauty of your love. I see how much you protected me. I see how much you were my strength and my stay and my stability, but you still brought playfulness into the equation, and you still helped me see some joy and some fun in my life. And in my wildest dreams, I could never have expected somebody to care for me the way that you did. You brought the energy. You brought the patience. You helped me renew my spirit, and you brought me great happiness at a time of great change. You showed leadership. This is the card that I thought of when this other one came out. Sorry. There was another one with a stag. Please accept that there was nothing further you could have or should have done. Have the grace to trust me now when I tell you that you were more than generous. You were more than generous. You were my refuge and my retreat. Have the courage now to acknowledge. Have the wisdom now to acknowledge how pure your love is for me and always has been. and always will be. And that any minor mistakes you might have made were just minor. And now it's time to look after you and flow into a state of prosperity and expansion and new beginnings. Wow. Okay. For baby mama, he is not upset with you, in case you didn't get it from the cards. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Please go back and read that. Please go back and watch that reading again. He really wants you to get it. The world loves me. It's a time capsule. Have confidence to be myself. It's time to acknowledge just what an incredible human being you are and what an incredible daughter you were, not only when you looked after him, but at other times. Okay, wow. Oh, Munchie, super chat, thank you so much. It's very kind. Thank you for all the hearts and loves and everything. Okay. Elaine says, thank you very much for the amazing reading. Get well soon. Thank you so much. And if anybody wants a private reading, you can go through my my link in the pinned comment and book a private reading. I am a little behind in the private readings because I've been away and I've been unwell. But I always believe that Spirit guides me to do the reading in the perfect timing. Now, wow, there's so many cards on the table. I like to end off with a general reading for everybody. So, Baby Mama, thank you for being here. Thank you for asking the question. Your dad had a lot to say. He had a lot to say. It's very seldom that I just go card like that. It's a very unusual type of energy, very unusual type of reading. But it's when somebody is very determined and they very strongly want the message across. And it's interesting how different souls send through energy in a different way. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick community. I'm sure you're all tired of my coughing. I don't even know what goes with what anymore. Okay. I'll pull a couple of these. I think that goes with that, yes. And then I'm going to pull a crystal one. Oh, look at that. New beginnings. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Oh, and when I was in China, I did a talk at a university, and I was invited. Actually, I've been invited to go back, so that's very exciting. But after the talk, the president of the university gave me daffodil tea, and look at that, daffodil tea. So I'm taking this as a very personal message to me that is new beginning for me with this China trip. Can anybody speak Mandarin? Sorry, my card's flown off. Go with the flow. I'm thinking I might try and learn Mandarin. Yeah, sometimes our pathways in life are not straight. Sometimes they're meandering. Sometimes they go this way and that way. And people often say to me, oh, what if I make a mistake or I make a wrong choice? I truly believe that it doesn't, life is not a straight A to B success only journey. Part of the path is to step off the path, if you know what I mean, to learn things, to make a mistake, take the wrong turning, see what you can learn from it. And, you know, years ago, well, when I was growing up, the most arguments my parents ever had was when they couldn't navigate to a place. So my dad would make my mom read the map, and she couldn't read a map. She was hopeless. So when we would go to new places, we would always get lost, and then they would have a big fight. And so when I got married, I said to my husband, I don't want to fight about, if we get lost going to a place, which of course doesn't happen too much now, but of course sometimes men don't want to put on the GPS because they know the way, and then they go on the wrong way. And so I just always joke about it. I call it the scenic route. So if he takes the wrong turning or whatever, I don't say, oh, you went the wrong way, it's going to take us longer. I always call it the scenic route. So the meandering pathway is the scenic route. So when you go not on the direct pathway, you might find blessings and treasures that you might not have found on the direct route. So if you just got on the motorway and you went, you might not have found a little, I don't know, a little village or a little lake that you could stop and enjoy. And generosity. Ooh, power. And it's the dragon spirit. Remember, I started off today with my new dragon, who is somewhere. Where did you go? Here she is. There's my new dragon I brought home from China. I called her Jade. Remember that the power is within you. And when you feel weak and sick and not able to do it, you can call on the spirit of the dragon. You can call on the spirit of the ancestors. You can call on God. You can call on angels. You can call on anyone in the spiritual realm. And you can call on your own inner dragon. Ooh, Botswana agate. Find your way back to your deepest desires. And all doors are open before you. Oh, look, and another one came out. Honor your empathy and let love flow without attachment. So we can create the lives that we want. And that doesn't mean that we can become, I don't know, a champion something or other, or a world-renowned singer, or whatever it means. But it means that if we follow our passions and do things that we enjoy doing, and even if we have to do it as a hobby, it will enrich our lives. And so, for example, this channel, I started this channel as, well, it is a hobby because I make a few dollars out of it, and it's just enough to really buy me some more cards and a new camera stand and equipment that I need. So it's a real labor of love, but I've really enjoyed doing this channel. And yeah, I love being a lawyer. That's my real job. But for a while there, I lost my passion doing that. And so I started doing this channel. It's just something that I enjoyed doing, something I enjoyed sharing with people. So if your life is feeling dull and like you don't have much purpose, or it's not interesting anymore, just think about the things that, I don't want to say spark joy, because when I started this channel, nothing gave me joy, but it made me feel a little bit fulfilled. It made me feel like I achieved something, made me feel satisfied. And yeah, so follow your intuition, follow your instincts, but remember to also rest and recuperate when you need it. And on that note, I am going to rest and recuperate because I definitely need it. Sending you all love and blessings. Thank you so much for being here. And may the angels walk with you now and always. Oh, and thank you for bearing with me with this